Hello there. Europe faces the prospect of Liz Truss and Britain as Britain's next Prime Minister with a mixture of irritation and unease. Diplomats say amid war in Ukraine and rampant inflation, the last thing they need is another Brexit battle. As the leading Conservative Party candidate to succeed Boris Johnson and now Prime Minister, Truss initially had few admirers in the 27-member European Union. As Foreign Secretary, she campaigned for legislation that would unilaterally repeal part of Britain's divorce deal with the EU and has promised to push it through as Prime Minister now. A move that would put London on a collision course with Brussels. Her rhetoric during the election campaign, while aimed at members of her party who like to badmouth France and the EU in general, has done little good here. Asked last month if French President Emmanuel Macron was a friend or foe of Britain, she replied, that still has to be seen how the outcome is. In the current situation, it's surprising that she thinks she can afford such remarks, said a Brussels diplomat that time. We are 200% focused on the war in Ukraine and the widespread inflation. We don't have time to waste on something like that. Truss campaign officials said the remarks were a hoax and unlikely to have a lasting impact on Franco-British relations. Well, Macron is pissed enough about this. Still, a French government source said the comments underscored a lack of trust between Paris and London, fueled by allegations that Macron had not done enough to stem the flow of migrants arriving by boat on the English coast. Here in Germany, the members of the governing coalition are not impressed by Truss and complain that her EU bashing is intended to distract attention from Britain's mounting domestic political problems, and they are quite true about that. EU diplomats say that while Truss was initially opposed to Britain leaving the EU ahead of the 2016 Brexit referendum, she wholeheartedly supported it as a member of Johnson's cabinet and is therefore unlikely to take a more conciliatory approach to the thorny post-Brexit issues. And Britain left the EU on January 31st in 2020, but has since been embroiled in a dispute over the rules it agreed to and with regard to trade in the region of Northern Ireland. Under the Brexit deal's Northern Ireland Protocol, the region remained in the EU single market for goods and in the customs union, and retained its open border with EU member Ireland, and has a lot of advantages. I talked about this yesterday. Britain believes this agreement, which effectively establishes a customs border in the Irish Sea, to be unworkable, and the bill now passing Parliament would tear it up. Well, unworkable because Britain never put it in force. The EU has already taken legal action over claims that is a binding treaty. However, Truss appears determined to push the bill forward and could, according to some reports, trigger the so-called Article 16 contingency clause to take unilateral action over Northern Ireland within days of taking office. But even if she does that, it would not be legal. And for everyone complaining, read the full text. That would increase tensions with the EU and also the European Commission and could ultimately lead to a trade war in which the EU would impose tariffs on British goods. The Commission will be at the forefront and will give a very firm response, said the Brussels-based diplomat. The Europeans are all on the same line here. A member of Truss' campaign team said she hoped a change of government would bring about a fresh start for Europe, but while she would prefer a negotiated solution to the impasse in Northern Ireland, the Article 16 route was an option. No, it's not in this case. This will not be the default option, but we will not be afraid to make difficult decisions, they say. A veteran ambassador to Brussels said Europeans were in for a tough ride. It's going to be tough work, he said. And well, Liz Truss is in for a tough ride if she believes that she can interpret international law as she wishes. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.